Welcome to this video. It's your boy Jonathan Belcher. In this video, you're gonna have to call me the professor because I'm gonna be dropping some gems on you, some jewels on you. And if you apply what I'm talking about in this video, you're gonna be able to see almost immediate results that's gonna help you to get closer to your goals, manifest anything that you want in this life after I do the breakdown in this video. So make sure to take out a pen and pad because class is in session. But before we start with the topic at hand, we're going to start with our daily affirmation. You know how it go, right? I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. One more time. One more time. I am rich. I am financially free. I am financially prosperous. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am loved. You say a simple affirmation like that every day with power, belief, and authority. It's going to transform your subconscious mind, which is going to transform your self-image, which is going to transform your behavior, which is going to transform the results that you get in this life. Now we could go on in the topic at hand. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. I appreciate all of my new subscribers as well as old subscribers who have been following me for a long time on my channel. I really appreciate you. I appreciate every comment, all the likes, all the shares that I've been getting, all the hit-ups I've been getting, the emails I've been getting. Keep them coming. I really appreciate you, and it means a lot to me. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is the 3 most important numbers in the universe. And those numbers are 3, 6, and 9. The 3 most important numbers in the universe. And I'm going to break down to you how these numbers are energetic, right? And how these numbers will allow you to manifest anything you want to manifest in this life. Nikola Tesla, if you know anything about Nikola Tesla, he's the one who came up with these numbers being the most powerful numbers in the universe. And if you figure out and find the secret to these numbers, you will literally be able to manifest and attract and accomplish any goal you want to accomplish in this life. Nikola Tesla was so smart that he figured out a way to create free energy. He figured out that there's a lot of free energy in the universe where if you know how to put certain things together, you will be able to create even something, make something move without batteries. You'll be able to create light without batteries and all of that crazy stuff. It was so, what he discovered was so profound that literally the CIA went and checked him like, yo, bro, like what's all this stuff you know about? We need to know about this stuff. Matter of fact, they was like, this stuff is too powerful. So they kind of confiscated it from him and all that good stuff. But I'm going to be breaking down to you the significance of the numbers 3, 6, and 9 and why it's the most important numbers. So 3, when you talk about manifestation, you're really talking about the I am, right? The I am, which is your identity, which is basically the God within you, right? When you know who you are and you know where you're going and what you want to accomplish and you have a definite purpose, it's much easier to accomplish your goal as opposed to when your energy is in all types of different directions that don't serve you. So the I am, right? So you got the number 3, and these numbers might be backwards. I apologize if the numbers show up backwards as you're watching this video, right? So you got the number 3, right? And the number 3 is very, very powerful, right? And the 3 represents imagination, right? So I'm gonna write down imagination. 3 equals imagination. Then you got the number 6, right? 6 represents action, action. Then you got the number 9. The number 9 represents manifestation, manifestation. So before you can get anything that you want, you got to be able to see it in your mind first. Obviously, it makes sense that if you want something, you saw it first before you wanted it. The thought of it is what made you desire what you want in life. That makes sense, right? So that's the 3, the imagination. That represents basically just your thought, your visualization. What's going on with your third eye? You know, people always say, I have a dream and stuff like that. When you're talking about a dream, you're essentially talking about a vision, right? A vision. So imagination represents a vision. So you need a vision first to accomplish anything you're going to accomplish. If you don't have a vision, well then you're not really heading anywhere. There's no real direction for you, right? So you gotta have a vision, right? So the 3 represents having a vision. So don't undermine your imagination. If there's anything with kids that you will realize with kids have a very big imagination. They always believe in grandiose things, you know, they don't have much fear. Their imagination pool is like this. You know, they could create scenarios in their mind and they see things in their minds. That's how kids are, right? Because we all are blessed. That's the main thing that makes us as humans superior, but not exactly, right? Superior in comparison to other species and other animals and stuff like that is the fact that we have the ability to imagine or envision something that's not even there yet. But that imagination is like a GPS guide, right? And then of course the next thing you have is the number 6, which is action. It represents action. Now you imagine what you want, and then after that, what do? You start to act on what you want. You start to do the necessary things that you need to do. You start to be more consistent. You start to be more disciplined. And you start to actually get in the game. You start to actually put in some muscle and some tussle and get a little sweaty and a little dirty. And that's action, right? You know, they say faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. So having faith would be like the imagination, and not having action would be without works. The works is the action, right? So that's number 6. And then you got the God number, the 9, the manifestation number. That's the God number right there. And these all are spiritual numbers right here. 3, 6, and 9 represent the spiritual universe or the unseen universe. So when we talk about the number 9, it's the God number because that's where you actually see your manifestation of what you want, from visualizing, from taking consistent action on something, and then eventually what happens? You manifest something. You manifest something. So essentially what this basically means is that the more you imagine and the more you take action on what you want, you gotta act. Whether you're experiencing some failure in your life, whether you're experiencing some hardship in your life, you gotta take action. You gotta take the next step, because you may not know exactly how the full staircase looks in life. But when you take the next step, the more you take the next step, it's like your way, the path of where you're going starts to reveal itself to you, and certain things start to become more apparent to you. Does that make sense? Where you wouldn't be able to see it if you didn't take no action. I remember this one millionaire, this mentor that I had, he said that, you know, a rocket ship, when it blasts off from the earth and it goes into space and it has a certain target or a certain goal, right? Because we're talking about goals. That's essentially what I'm talking about in this video. I'm telling you how to achieve your goals, right? So a rocket taking off about to go into space, right? It has a specific target it's trying to hit. But 98% of the time, when it first takes off, it's off course of where it needs to hit, which means it's wrong 98% of the time when it first takes off. Doesn't that like remind you a lot about life? Like when you're trying to go for a goal and you starting on your journey on something new, or you're learning something new, or something you're new at, and you feel like a failure because you don't get it right away. But really and truly, you're not a failure, because failure is not separate from success. Failure is a part of success. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They think it's just a straight line. Oh, it's a straight line, straight to success, straight to my goals. No, that's not how it works. But one thing about a rocket is, as it's going, 98% of the time it's off target. But guess what? Because it is continuing to go, it's continuing to take action, all the rocket ship has to start to do is adjust its direction as it's moving. So the 7-figure millionaire, he told me, he said, John, you know, a rocket ship is 98% of the time is off course when it first takes off, but as it's taking action, it adjusts, and then eventually, when it hits its target, it hits its goal. And that's exactly how success is. So when you're embarking on a journey, understand that at first, it may be a little hard to figure out. It may be a little rough at first. You may experience a little turbulence. You may experience a little opposition. You may experience a little, you know, doubters and critics, negative thoughts. So what you got to realize is that if failure is a part of success and it's not separate from it, what that means is that when you're taking action every day on where you want to be, right? You're taking action on where you want to be every single day. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be days where you don't hit your goals. There's going to be days where you don't make the money you want to make. There's going to be days where you don't get the accolades you want to get. There's going to be days where you don't feel so good. There's going to be days where your emotions are out of whack. But all of this is what? All of this is energy. That's all it is. Everything is energetic, right? It's energy, 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 energy. The numbers 3, 6, and 9, they possess a certain what? They possess a certain energy. They possess they possess an energy where the law of rhythm, right? The law of rhythm, let me write this down. The law of rhythm, these are the three things the three universal laws that's gonna be working in your favor to get you to where you wanna go. You got the law of rhythm, which basically states that life has its rhythm. You're gonna have ups and downs, good days, bad days, make a lot of money, make a little bit of money, it's up and down, but overall you wanna just coast with your emotions and just be disciplined and be as consistent as possible. You have the law of action, right? The law of action, which is you actually realizing your goals through working and doing what you need to do every single day to get to where you want to go. And then you have, there's another law, and it's slipping my mind right now, which is very unfortunate. The law of, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. I apologize about that. I'm going off the cuff right now, right? So understand that when you're on your journey to whatever you want, the most important thing is you have to have a set goal and a set purpose, because that's the target. That's the planet you got to reach as the rocket ship. And it's okay if you're off target at first, because 98% of the time, 98% of the time, the rocket ship is off course when it takes off. The only way you can help somebody is if they're taking action in the right direction. It's easy to help somebody adjust to where they need to be if they're taking action. But if somebody's standing still, if somebody's not really doing anything, if they're not really taking any action and they're just imagining, it's very hard to get them to adjust anything, right? Because there's nothing to adjust. There's nothing to work with. Does that make sense? If you're not moving, if you're not headed somewhere, there's nothing to fix, to correct, to get you faster to your goal. But if you're taking action and you're doing the right things, well, you may, as you go, you're going to get better in this area. You're going to get better in that area. You're going to become more wiser. You're going to start having more understanding. And as you course correct, right, you start course correcting. Oh, then you realize, oh, shit, I'm right on my target. And the next thing you know, you're right at your manifestation. And then when you get to your manifestation, what happens? You create a new vision if you want, right? You imagine something new, something greater for yourself. You at that point where you're like, yo, I'm a millionaire already, you know, I'm comfortable where I want to be, but now I got bigger goals, right? So essentially, what you got to understand is that life is a continuum. And as long as you continue to take action in your purpose and you take action in where you want to be, the manifestation will naturally happen for you because it's progressive when you're taking action. See, the problem with a lot of people is that unfortunately, they will, you know, get started on something and then quit. Start something else and then quit. Start a new thing and then quit. They never give something their full on attention, their full on energy. They don't give their full on effort long enough for something to bring a result or a manifestation. Remember, the manifestation is represented by the number 9, right? And that's the God number. That's when you see the invisible become visible. Right? So for example, you may want a car, but the car is invisible right now, right? In the physical form, but it's visible in your mind. Or that mansion you want, it's invisible, you may not have it yet. Or the condominium you want, you may not have it yet. So it's invisible, but it's visible in your mind though, right? So if it's visible in your mind and it's not there yet, the only way to make it physically visible to the world and actually have it is through continuing to imagine it, continuing to take action in the direction of it, and then eventually the manifestation has to come to you. So the only way to free yourself from the situation you're in is by taking action, is by learning new things, being disciplined, showing up. That's half the battle of it. That's literally half the battle of it. You know, they have this tree. There's this tree called the bamboo tree, or bamboo plant or something like that. And you gotta water this seed for years before it actually starts to sprout. But once it sprouts up, that thing goes way up in the air. But it literally takes so much discipline and consistency before you even see anything at all. And I think that plant is an amazing test of faith. I think it's an amazing test of you know, because the universe has to see if you really want what you say you want. It's easy. Everybody could say, oh, I want to be this. I want to do that. I want to accomplish. Anybody could say that. Anybody could say what they want to be and what they want to accomplish. But to be a mover and a shaker and actually take action to get to where you want to go, that's a totally different story. That's what puts you in manifestation mode, right? And the reason why the number 9 represents the God number is because it's the only number that you continue to multiply it or divide. You know, if you continue to add any number by 9, right? So if you multiply any number by 9, you're always going to get back 9. That's why the 9 is the God number and represents manifestation. I'm going to break it down to you right now. I know this is probably, I hope this isn't backwards and you could read what I'm saying right here. So the number 9, I want to show you an example, right? So you have the number 9. What's 9 times 2? 9 times 2 equals 18, right? 9 times 2 equals 18. Now, Vortex Math, 9 times 2 equals 18. What's 1 plus 8? 1 plus 8 gets you back to 9. It gets right back to its original number. So let's do 9 times 3. 9 times 3 equals what? 27, right? 27, right? What's 2 plus 7? 2 plus 7 equals 9. Once again, right back to its original number. So no matter what you multiply by 9, you're going to get back 9. I'm going to do it again. We're going to pick any number. 9 times any number, right? Just pick something. It don't even matter what you pick. 9 times, let's do 9 times 11, right? What's 9 times 11? We're going to do 9 times 11. 9 times 11 is what? 99, right? Equals 99. 99. What's 99? What's 9 plus 9? 9 plus 9 equals 18. We're back at 18 again, right? So now, Vortex Math, once again, 1 plus 8, you get back what? 9. If you multiply 9 by any number, you're going to get back to the root of 9. And that's what makes it the God manifestation number. And that's what represents the law of the universe and all of that stuff. Because everything is energetic. The ocean is energy. Words are energy. Emotions is energetic. Numbers are energetic. Numbers are symbolic. Words are energetic as well. Everything you consume is a certain energy to it. Music you listen to, there's a certain energy, a certain vibration. Everything in the universe goes by vibrations, energies, numbers, and patterns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really start to pay attention, and a lot of people don't pay attention to these little things because it's invisible stuff, but it's so powerful when it comes to accomplishing your goals and manifesting anything that you want. You got music, sounds. Sounds have a certain what? Frequency. Frequency. What is a frequency? A frequency is a number. There is literally a 963 megahertz frequency number, and it creates a certain emotion and creates a certain mindset within yourself if you listen to it. It gets you back to oneness. It gets you back to your God-like state, you know, because I told you there's a God within you. But all of this stuff is energetic. And if you understand if you understand that everything in life is energy, you will be able to manifest anything you want. There'll be nothing that can't come your way because you will understand how to work with the universe instead of against the universe. See, a lot of people who not getting to their goals is because they're working against the universe. They're working against the laws of the universe. But that's like pushing on a door that says pull. How far are you going to get in life if you go to a door that's supposed to be pulled and you keep pushing it? You ain't going to get through the door because you keep pulling on something that's meant to be pushed, or you're pushing on something that's meant to be pulled. But if you work with the universe, in conjunction with the universe, understanding that before you even came here, understanding that, number one, there was an energy you were meant to be here. That's the number one thing. Understanding that there was an energy before you were here that knew you were going to be here even before you were here, right? If that makes sense. So after that, you start to realize that there's laws of the universe, and if you work with these laws of the universe, you can prosper, you can have abundance, you can have health, you can have wealth, you can have anything you want. But you got to employ these 3 numbers, 3, 6, and 9, the imagination, taking consistent action and manifestation. Is your action going to be perfect right away? No. Are you going to be a master at what you're doing right away? No. Are you going to be flawless in your approach to your goals? No. But understand that progress doesn't mean overnight success. Progress means exactly what it means. It means that as you continue to take action, you get better and better and better and better. Most people don't take enough action to even fucking get better. And they wonder why somebody else is a millionaire and they're still in their situation. But the reason why the other person is the millionaire is because they understand life is a continuum. They continue to go no matter what opposition faces them. No matter what obstacle comes up in your life, you're going to keep going. No matter what opposition, enemy tries to come up before you, you're just going to keep going because you know that life is a continuum. And this also relates to a garden. If you're planting seeds, right? We would look at a flower or a plant as the manifestation. And we could kind of look at the seed being under the soil. We could look at that as a part of the invisible, right? Because you don't see anything there, but you know something's there. You put a seed there, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna take the action of watering that seed. You take the action of watering that seed. You take the action of planting more seeds. You continue to plant more seeds. Does every seed amount to a beautiful flower? Does every seed sprout up into a plant? Gardeners know no, right? No, there's a lot of failures you go through to experience success. So stop looking at failure as something that you're too good to experience, or feeling like, oh, I ain't shit because I failed, or I'm not worth nothing because I didn't make the numbers I wanted to make. No, it's literally a part of where you need to do to succeed. It's a part of the success journey. I'm gonna say it again to you so you understand this. Failure is a part of your success journey. You're going to hear a lot of no's before you get to a yes. You're going to miss a lot of shots before you make your first shot. You know, you're going to get a lot of rejection before the doors start opening up for you. But the universe wants to know, how bad do you want it? The universe wants to know, are you applying the law of cause and effect? That's another law, right? And I like to talk a lot about the law of cause and effect because, and if you're getting some value from this video, make sure to drop a comment below, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with 5 friends or family. These are the numbers right here that Nikola Tesla discovered are the keys to the universe. And if you understand the power of these numbers right here, you're going to be able to get anything you want. Literally anything you want. There's nothing that can stop you, right? So Nikola Tesla, he figured this out, right? So the law of cause and effect, right? I'm going to give you an example of how it works. The law of cause and effect, because you take action every day towards your goals, you're going to manifest faster. You're going to manifest your goals. Because you invested into your knowledge, the effect of that is you knowing how to go about your business better, and then the effect of that is you making more money, right? Because you know how to treat people, and because you love people, the effect of that is you having a lot of friends or building a large network. You understand how this works? Because you work out and you go to the gym, and you do your push-ups daily and you lift your weights daily, the effect of that is you're healthier, you have a nice body. Because you pray and you meditate, the effect of that is you have more clarity and you have more of a still mind and you know exactly where you're headed and nothing can shake you. Because, you know the cause and effect. Because you do something, an effect has to come out of that. A manifestation has to come out of whatever you're thinking, doing. Whatever you're thinking and doing. What is the thinking part? It's the imagination. That's the 3, right? The imagination is the 3. Whatever you're doing, that's the behavior. That's the action. And then what happens? You birth something. It's kind of like a baby, right? You birth something. What do you birth? You birth your manifestation, whatever you want. The house, the car, the money, the respect, the influence, that type of stuff. You understand? So this is the breakdown of how you manifest anything that you want. Literally, if you understand with the power of these numbers right here, and you understand that the 3, 6, and the 9, and you employ these numbers and know what they mean. So I could keep going with the 9, right? Another thing with understand that 3 plus 6 equals what? 3 plus 6 equals 9, right? 3 plus 6. You ever heard the saying when they be like, third time's a charm? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. I wonder why they came up with that saying. Because they're important. So yeah, so we're back, right? So 3 plus 6 equals 9, right? You add up the 3 plus 6, 9. So these 3 numbers represents the physical. Then of course you have 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And those numbers represent the physical. 3, 6, and 9 represent the spiritual. And the other numbers I said represent the physical. You get what I mean? So the thing about the spiritual is there's a lot of unforeseen, invisible elements in the spiritual world. But if you know how to use those invisible elements, you can create a lot of physical shit. A lot of shit that people now see. See, everything that comes physically, that's physically here has a spiritual backing or a spiritual root to it. You know, even let's talk about even when you, like I said, manifestation is you birthing something, right? It's bringing something to light. It's bringing something into the physical world. So let's talk about making a baby, right? We go into making a baby. Now, nobody sees all the stuff you do behind the closed doors. You know, you get your woman or you get your man, and you like that woman, you like that man. There's a connection you guys have. There's a spark you guys have. All of this shit is behind the closed doors. It's invisible. But whatever you guys do what you got to do, you have sex or whatever, and that's all the invisible shit. And then next thing you know, a baby starts to form, right? A baby starts to form. And then next thing you know, 9 months later, isn't that so ironic? 9 months later, I told you the 9 is the God number. 9 months later, you get a manifestation, which is representative of what? A baby. It's representative of a child. So everything works in 3, 6s, and 9s. If you realize this, you will be able to unlock the keys to the universe and anything that you want. See, Nikola Tesla, he knew this. This guy was so crazy that he didn't even go into hotels if the number of the hotel that he was staying at, if it wasn't a multiple of 3. You know what I mean? So really quick before I end this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Vortex Math concept now. Vortex Math is when 2 numbers are together and you add those numbers up, you break them up, you add them up, and you reduce them to what the root number is. So I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. Let me just erase this really quick. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want one-on-one coaching. I'm not going to lie. It costs some money to do that, but it's going to change your life. You know, my one-on-one coaching, definitely going to change your life. So look, so I'm going to give you an example of a number. Let's pick any number. 325, right? 325. That's a number, right? But let's add up these numbers now. Vortex Math. What's the root number? What does 325 really signify? What number is it symbolic of? So we do 3 plus 2, right? Plus 5 equals what? 5, 6, 7 plus 3 equals 10, right? That equals 10. So now you do 10. What's 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0, let me put a little plus sign in between there, equals 1. So that would be what 325 will be, the number reduced to 1, right? Let's choose another number. It doesn't even matter what number it is, right? 777. Let's choose that number, 777, right? 777, 7 plus 7, right? 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals what? That's essentially 7 times 3 equals 21, right? What is 21? 21 reduces down to 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Equals 3, right? You get to the God number. Excuse me, this whiteboard is dropping a little bit. I hope you can see that down there. So that 777 reduces down to the number 3. So it's still the number 3. Even though it looks like a totally different number, it's still the number 3. So this is the power of the numbers 3, 6, 9, guys. And these manifestation principles, you got to realize that when you're on your journey to success, there's going to be a lot of noise. But depending on the vibration that you give into, that's going to determine whether or not you have success. So if you're trying to head somewhere, right, and there's a lot of noise, you're trying to head somewhere straight, but there's a lot of noise on the sidewalk, and you continue to look to the left and the right to pay attention to the noise. So, for example, you're paying attention to the haters, you're paying attention to the critics, you're paying attention to the doubters, you're paying attention to all the people who don't support you. You paying attention to the bills piling up. You paying attention to all of this noise. It's going to be 100 times harder, and it's going to take you longer to get to your goal and your manifestation, because your vibration is obsessed with failure instead of obsessed with success. You get what I'm saying? So if your vibration becomes more obsessed with success, so now if you're saying, yo, I'm not worried that I didn't make no money today. I got traffic today. I got some new subscribers today. You know, I got some new likes today. I got some new emails today. I didn't get a sale today, but I got some new views today. Well, now you're becoming more obsessed with the vibration of abundance and success, because you're focusing on only the things mainly that's going to get you to where you want to go. See, everybody experiences negatives, both negatives and positives in life. But depending on how you work with them and how you juggle with it, it's going to be like a law of rhythm when you start to realize that, if I pay attention to what's not going right, I'm going to continue to get more of what's not going right. And then you're going to start to realize if I pay attention to what's going right and I start to be more grateful and appreciative of what's going right, I'm going to be able to create more things that's going right. Does that make sense? Drop a comment below. Say, John, everything you're saying is making sense right now. Say, John, everything you're saying is making sense right now. Drop it in the comments below if you're feeling what I'm talking about. But that's essentially how manifestation works. But the main thing is you got to have a main goal. You got to have a main purpose. You got to know exactly where you want to be. You got to know exactly what it looks like. You got to see it in your mind. You got to visualize it. See, most people, they just visualize it and they just imagine all these great things. And then they idolize all the people who got what they want. But imagining it and envisioning something without actually acting towards it is a hallucination. So if you're going to hallucinate, then you might as well just take a drug. If you just want to hallucinate, if you want to just see something and not actually be about it, you might as well just take a drug. What's the difference? But if you really want to be about and manifest what the fuck you thinking about, well then, first step is visualizing and imagining, right? And you continue to do that. But in the process of you doing that every day, you're also taking action. You're taking inspired action, which means that you're just taking the next step. You're not worried about 10 steps down the line. You're not worried about 15 steps down the line. You're not worried about 20 steps down the line. You're not worried about all that shit. You're just worried about the next step. What's the next step I gotta take? Ask yourself that in life. Like, what's the next step I gotta take to be successful? You may not see the full staircase, but what's the next step? Just keep taking the next step, then the next step, then the next step, then the next step, then the next step. And then you look back and you're like, damn, I done took all these steps. I'm right at my manifestation. You understand? So that's how it works. But a lot of people, they take one step and then they be like, where the money at? It's the most delusional thing. Number one, knowledge is the most important thing on this earth. So if you got a problem with investing in your knowledge, if you got a problem with investing into what you know, and, if you got a problem investing into your skill sets, investing into coaching and mentorship and investing into developing you, well, then you're going to always have a problem to manifest something. You're going to always have a problem getting your goals because you don't even understand the significance of why you need to understand this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So life is a continuum and you got to work with the laws of nature. Don't work against it. Work with the laws of nature. Work is just like swimming. They always tell you, when you're swimming and you feel that current, they say don't fight the current. Because if you fight the current, the further and further away you're going to be pulled away from shore. So they tell you to go with the current and swim parallel to the beach or parallel to the shoreline. Don't panic, don't fight the current. They say to swim parallel to the shoreline. So if you know that and you have that knowledge, God forbid you in a situation where you got caught in a current underwater and you're near shoreline, you're going to think for a second, you're going to be like, oh, hold on. Let me not panic. Let me not fight. Let me just go with the flow of the current. I know I'm going to get out of this current. And next thing you know, I'm going to be back on the shoreline. I may not be exactly where my family was. I may not be exactly where I went into the water from. But I'm at least get out of the water and be back to the sand. And then I could walk back to wherever my family is and wherever my people are and stuff like that. But the knowledge, understanding this stuff and knowing this stuff is what sets, the movers and the shakers and the people accomplishing the riches and making a lot of money. It sets them apart from the people who don't understand this. And then when I talk, I always hashtag on my page 300 to Freedom, Spiritual Money and Master Manifestor. Because when you understand the spiritual stuff, you know that you can make you can make income without a job because you understand the spiritual nature of the universe. You understand how to receive. You understand the laws of the universe. So you know that if you put something into something, you're going to manifest something out. So if you're going through your life every single day and you thinking nothing but negative thoughts, but you want a positive life, it's like fighting against the current because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It's not in harmony, right? So you're thinking all these negative thoughts. Oh, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't look good enough. Or people not liking my stuff. And you just constantly, nobody's joining me in business. Nobody buying my, you constantly obsessive over the things that ain't going right. And you thinking these negative thoughts. Well, then what happens is your brain starts to be programmed for negativity. And then you know how the brain works. Whatever it's programmed for, it's got to manifest. You're manifesting something whether or not you like it in life. You got to know that. You're manifesting something. So why not think positive? Why not become more focused on the things going right? Why not become more focused on, look, you may not have 10 friends, but you may have 3 friends that really love you. So what you going to focus on? The 7 motherfuckers that don't want to love you? Or you going to focus on the 3 people that love you and fuck with you for who you are? Me personally, I recommend you mess with the 3 people who love you the most. Because if you focus on those people, you're going to be able to create more of that. But if you focus on all these people who don't love you, then guess what happens? You're going to lose not only the people who love you and the people who don't love you. You get what I'm saying? So you're going to end up with nothing. You don't want to be in that situation. So to avoid failure, to avoid living mediocre, this is the key right here. You know, this is the key right here. Like, these are the jewels. This is the key right here. This is the breakdown of how you manifest whatever it is that you want. So become more expressive. Take more action. Take more action. I know you didn't get the. I know you didn't. It's not going. Everything's not perfect in life. Take more action. Everybody's going through something. Take more action. Look, you messed up yesterday. Take more action. You failed yesterday. You didn't do something right yesterday. Take more action. Keep going. 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 And next thing you know, you like, wow. You get to this beautiful promised land of financial freedom. You get to this beautiful promised land of, it's like a well that never runs dry, or a nonstop faucet of abundance and prosperity and money and coins pouring into your bank account because you just kept going and you realize that life is a continuum. So without any further ado, this is your boy Jonathan Belcher. I just had to do this video right here. Make sure to drop a comment below, like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. This is your boy. I'm going to see you later. Peace.